Today we're going to be talking about the best gifts for retreats, especially feminine embodiment retreats. These are for the girlies who are hosting retreats that other women are going to attend in 2024. What makes a good retreat gift? Because a lot of people just think giving a mug with a logo on it and like a tea bag is a good gift. And I would also say that that is not worth your time. What makes a good gift is something that's memorable. Every time they use it, see it, or wear it is going to take them back to the retreat and spur up those memories of that retreat experience. So if you have a positive retreat experience, when they use these gifts afterwards, they're going to remember how much fun it was, what they learned, how they felt when they were there, and that's what makes a good retreat gift. When I'm suggesting gifts, I try to avoid things that people are gonna just throw away. I'll give you an example of a retreat gift that fell flat. One of my first retreat gifts I did was a branded Yeti. So I had the company logo on it and I was like, great, this can be marked down or marked off in their books as like a marketing item versus like a gift. I was like, okay, we're going to like a super hot climate, so they're going to use this Yeti when they're there. The thing with this retreat is that there were 40 people coming. There's not reliable shipping in Costa Rica. And I could not pack everything in a bag like I normally do or like I do now. What we decided with leadership team was the best course of action is to mail out the gifts prior to like arriving in Costa Rica. The gifts not only included this customized tumbler, also like a St. Cloud towel, which is like really good, fast drying, doesn't catch sand towel, and some sunscreen. And I still think I nailed it, but what I learned is that 5 people of the 40 brought these gifts with them to use while they were there. So while they were great gifts, no one used them during the experience. So I was like, what was the point? They did not hit in the way that I wanted them to. So that leads me to what I do now is I pack all the gifts that I'm supporting on site. I pack them in a bag. I have an air tag and they come with me. So I like the gifts to be practical. I like them to have a purpose and I like them to be on theme. So whatever your retreat vision is, if it's feminine embodiment, if it's goddess, if it is business baddie, I want those gifts to be on theme when I'm talking with my clients about what gifts to actually give. The first is journal and pens. So if you're having any kind of like educational or transformational component in your retreat, people are gonna wanna write things down. Now, I have 2 experiences where we gave a journal, but no one brought a pen. Half the people brought a journal and then like no one brought pens. So like now it's journal and pen, like done deal. People are not type A like I am, where I always have a journal and a pen or a way to take notes. The second example of this is I was at a small conference and people came up to me and said, where is the notepad and pen that's always on the tables of hotels when we go to this conference? I was like, why are you expecting the hotel or me to provide those items for you because you're coming to a work conference where you know you're going to need to take notes? And the answer to that question was, because I boldly asked it, it's always been there, so I didn't know I needed to bring it. So from here on out, journals, pens, like check. You can even customize the journals so that way when people store the journal or reach for the journal, they know exactly what's in it. They know exactly the experience. The second item that I've been giving a lot lately is custom jewelry. So I use Caitlin Minimalist. One of my mentors turned me onto this where she sent out a custom necklace when he joined her higher level membership or mastermind, and I thought that was like a really nice touch. So we tried this out in Hawaii with Alexis, and which is one of my clients. We're gonna carry that theme, I think, through a lot of her retreats, like some sort of custom item that is a little bit branded, but also not so branded that it's like blaring. I think another item that's really nice to give are satin robes. They may or may not be branded, but I feel like every time someone puts that robe on, they're gonna remember the retreat and they're gonna remember where they got that, and that's like part of the point, right? And those items are so small that it's easy to pack away. It's easy to take with them versus like worrying about if there's enough space in their luggage. Some things I do avoid. I avoid giving cups now. I also don't recommend custom shirts. When I see photos of retreats with custom shirts, it gives me like bachelorette vibes, field trip, elementary school vibes, and When I plan luxury retreats, I don't want people to think back to middle school, high school, or bachelorette party. I want them to wear them again or use them again, and I also don't want them to like be so branded that it can only be for that one photo. You know what I mean? So basically, I try to avoid anything that people have a lot of that they're just gonna throw away and they probably won't use again. And then that takes me to the themed items. So when I think about themed items of a retreat, that's the third gift, I try to play into the location. So for Hawaii, the third gift was like flower hair clips and a lei. We laid the ladies as they walked in, and it really felt Hawaii-like. One of the gifts that we're giving in Dubai here in about a month are hijabs, which the women wear in the Middle East, and it really plays into the location. Also, a practical thing could be second as a scarf when they get home, so they don't have to necessarily think like, I can only wear this as a hijab. There's more practical purposes. I really like this idea because when they touch the item, they're gonna remember where they were. Now, people might have thrown away the leis. That's understandable. I think the hijabs are gonna lend to a lot longer use. One of the gifts that I absolutely love are candles. Now, I love them to be either locally sourced or some sort of handmade. Now, when it comes to candles and scents, if you do give that, you have to be mindful that some people are allergic to scents. I also suggest when you're on site at the retreat, lighting those candles. So anytime, like after they've been gifted the candle, if they light the candle at home, they're gonna remember back to the retreat because that's how the retreat smelled. So if you notice that we're looking at tactile, we're looking at like sensory objects, that it's like a subconscious or psychological approach to these gifts, that they're going to remember the retreat experience. When they use them, the more that they remember the experience, the more that they're going to want to go again because they had such an amazing time. I'm going to put the links to my favorite creators, my favorite gifts in the show notes below. This is not sponsored. I'm not earning commission. This is in no way, shape, or form like a way for me to earn additional revenue. This is me just genuinely trying to help these small businesses, but also give you guys some inspiration on what to do for your next retreats. If you have any questions about hosting retreats or what to gift or what to be mindful of when you are gifting, go ahead and put them in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one.